everybody, it's Alexandra here from Marlowe Room by Room. I'm with my colleague Venus, who works with us in the studio, who is one of the designers. And we are gonna measure this client condo today. So we're gonna show you how to do it. One of the top tips that we can give, right, is to measure in pairs. It's the easiest way to do it, but if you don't have somebody to work with when you are measuring, you can also do it on your own. So all you need is tape measure, and our favorite tool is the laser. If you have one, if you don't worry about it. You also need, of course, drawing paper and pens, but it's super easy. Don't be intimidated. We're gonna start in the master bedroom, Venus, okay? And we're gonna show you all the things you need to look out for, different bulkheads, weird corners, how to place windows, super easy. The first thing we're gonna do is go in there, take a look, and draw the space. So come with us. So of course, the first thing we always start with when we are measuring is to draw up the floor plan, but we want to study the space first and take a look at all the things that are unique to the space. So what do we have here, Venus?
We have a window, we have a bulkhead, entrance to the bathroom, two closets door, and a different ceiling height.
Right.
And a funny corner over there.
Yep, we'll mark our light fixtures as well so we know where they're located. And yeah, once we know the space, we can start to draw it. Of course, it's just a representation. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the goal is to draw something that you can then put the measurements on afterwards. So now that we've studied the room and the major elements that we need to measure, we take a break, we sit down, and we start to draw a representation of the floor plan. Now that's super important because it takes away the pressure of getting it perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. All you want to do is exactly what Venus has done here. Just draw the perimeter, the footprint of the room, and start making note of all the major elements. So here we've got the floor to ceiling windows, the entry, the closets, and the entry to the washroom. And then just over there in the corner with a big X, Venus has recorded the air conditioner in the room, just to make sure that we don't plan any furniture for that corner. And so she's noting all of the openings here. This is a great way to communicate with your designer exactly what's what in the room. So make sure that you put these little text notes on. And so now that we have the major elements in the room, we're doing these two dimension lines here, which are the overall dimensions of the space. It's just a great way to check that your measurements are correct when you've finished drafting it up. So these overalls are really for your designers to get a good sense of exactly how much space you have. And now that we have that, our floor plan is pretty much done and we can start to take our measurements. So we're working with a tape measure, but we also like the laser every now and then, so we'll show you how to work with both. Start with our overall measurements and then begin to locate the openings on each wall. Okay, so our overall measurements are really important because it helps us to make sure that we've measured everything else correctly. And what overall means is they're the two long measurements in the space from wall to wall. So this wall and its opposite, and then the wall behind the camera and its opposite, which is the window wall here. So this is a great time to have a partner. Thanks, Venus. When you're doing it with a tape measure, you want to make sure that you hold the tape really, really tight so it's nice and straight so you get a good accurate measurement. And what we have here is 10 feet, Venus. Thanks, I got it. Now while Venus is recording that on the floor plan, I'll just show you how you can also use a laser. These are great, available at most home stores, and also great for just doing measurements by yourself. So what you do is you just position the laser against the wall. Press the arrow the first time so that you can see the red laser mark. You can see what you're measuring there. And then you press it again, and we've got exactly 9 foot 11 and 15/16 of an inch, which is 10 feet. All right. So the overall, again, from this side of the room to the wall behind camera, we'll grab that as well. And Venus, we've got 11 foot 6. So while we're here, we might as well start locating openings. We'll start with the window.
From the corner of the wall?
From the corner to the inside edge of the window opening. Yep.
It's 12 inches.
12 inches, perfect. You want to record that, and I'll take the inside measurement of the window here before we do the height. Perfect, thanks. Okay, so it's actually a sliding glass door. That's 82 inches. Now it's worth noting here that while we have a door, meaning that the glass goes all the way down to the floor, you might have a window in your project, and if that's the case, you have a sill. So sill height is really important because it allows us to know whether or not we can use the space in front of the window to place a piece of furniture. Obviously here we wouldn't, we have a door, but if you have a window with say a 24 or 30-inch sill height, it might be the right spot for a window bench or a window seat. So I'm also going to measure here the height of the window opening, and we'll do this consistently with all window and door openings in the space. So Venus, we've got 93 inches.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, and I'm just gonna continue along. So Venus has drawn our floor plan and she's included this air handler here, this shaft in the middle of the room, or in the corner of the room rather. And so the front face is 39 inches. Side is 25 inches, Venus. The reason you don't want to miss them is because if they're not on the plan, then we might assume we can select a beautiful piece of furniture or something for that corner that actually doesn't fit. So make sure you don't miss those things. Why don't we get the wall here to
locate the door?
The door opening, exactly. We've got 68.5 inches. Thank you. Great. And while we're here, we'll also measure the height and the width of the door opening. And these again can just be positioned as text on your drawing, anywhere near the door. If we have any questions, of course, we'll ask you when we speak to you on Zoom. 84.5 inches high. And the width is 32 inches. We'll continue to go around the room and finish the openings, but I think we'll just get ceiling height now while we're here. Now, of course, this is going to be much easier to do with a laser, which we always do. But if you don't have a laser, you can also do it with a tape measure. This one is a great tape measure because it's very rigid, so it stays nicely, but you just position it on the floor here and climb it up the wall. And we've got 9 feet. So this is the finished product of our measurement this afternoon. You know, it's not very tidy, it's a little messy, and that's absolutely fine. This is what it should look like. Don't worry if you miss something, we'll know from the pictures and we'll certainly ask you in an email or via Zoom. In terms of accuracy, know that if you can get us to about within an inch of a measurement, that's just fine. But this is it. So have fun with it and happy measuring. If you do need some help knowing how to take photographs for interior design, please check the link here. Those 2 pieces of the puzzle will certainly help us pull your room together and get started on your project, which we're very excited to do. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to meeting you soon. Bye for now.